Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be becoming an android. So, I hope you guys are ready. So today, I think we're going to try and turn ourselves into an android. At least, that is going to be the goal. I mean, after we do a few other things. Like, change out all of our lighting. I really want to get rid of this glowstone and go with lighting that looks a lot better. So we did unlock this mod. So we take a look at it. We have, I think it's called Torchmaster. Right here. So yes, we did unlock Torchmaster, which gives us a couple things. We get a frozen pearl, which pretty much removes the lights that the feral flare lantern gives. We'll talk about that here in a second. The mega torch prevents hostile mobs from spawning within like a 64 by 64 radius. And I think it's like 20 blocks high or something like that. Then you have the terrain lighter, which does like nice even patterns of torches and places them like perfectly in a pretty large area. It does it for you. The dread lamp, which prevents natural spawning passive mobs like animals and things like that. And then we have my favorite, which is the feral flare lantern. This bad boy does some really cool things. What are we missing in the middle? Just glowstone? Good, we can make some more of those. Because I want to make as many of these as I can. And what I do want to do is just go ahead and I'm going to break the glowstone, because the way these lights work is they look for areas that are not lit. And then it lights them. But it doesn't put torches down or anything. It doesn't put any kind of physical thing down. It places lights a little bit differently. So if I place a couple up here, I'm just going to place two just for looks. But really, you can get away with one. What it will do is over time, it's going to start lighting these areas up. You can start see it's already lighting areas up behind and things like that. I think it lights up an area in a 16 by 16 area. So it's very, very handy. This thing is very cool. I'm just going to place a couple of these all over the place. But what it's going to do for us is light this whole area up. I'm going to go ahead and break the glowstone out. So that way, so that we don't have to worry about it. I don't know what I just broke. I broke this. I need to be more careful. My pick just breaks through this like it's butter. This needs to set to 10. There we go. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and break the rest of this out. And replace these lights, man. These lights are super awesome. And then if I don't want any mobs to spawn, which I don't know if that's the case, at least here. I don't know if I don't want any mob spawning, but we can make some really cool mob farms in the nether. Or not the nether, the end. Since the end island only has a certain range anyways, we can kind of prevent Endermen from spawning all around the end and make it concentrated in the center, thus forcing like a really concentrated Enderman farm that just passively generates them. That is something you could use that for if you wanted to. Of course, Enderman, you can use other methods like vanilla methods, but that is another method. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through, break all this, and then we're going to get into the meaty goodness, and that is I'm going to have to prestige a couple times to unlock turning myself into a cyborg. So since we're going to be pushing towards getting ourselves to turn into a robot or an android using this pill, there's a couple of prerequisites that I would love to do that are going to be very handy for us to get right away versus waiting till later. One of those is getting into deep mob learning and getting ourselves some matter overdrive mob kills. So the actual androids that exist, they give you these torsos, these android torsos, which I guess we got to kill androids. They all have really funny names, so I recommend checking them out. But what we need to do is actually take a part, so such as this one, and we can actually add that to a model. We can go ahead and add that to a data model, which we have right here. And that will give us a rogue android data model. Very useful. So what we're going to do is pop this open, throw that in there. And I think the best place to do this, the best place to get this all set up and to find these guys is not the overworld, but it is to go to the Lost Cities. So we're going to go ahead and head to the Lost Cities. So while we're here, we should be able to farm these robots. So we're going to put this in our offhand. There we go. Break through these walls. There's going to be a lot of different types of mobs here, but those things do spawn here. Pretty common. So it might be a good idea to also maybe farm some other models while you're here. I mean, it wouldn't hurt any to farm those models. But we're definitely going to see some rogue. They're pretty simple to kill with these things. This shuriken is just insane. I thought the yo-yo was going to be insane. This thing doesn't even have any modifiers on it. So it's absolutely crazy. And I should be able to also... We could also probably go to the Nether as well. That would be a pretty good place to farm these guys since they are absolutely everywhere. To be able to farm. Yeah, you can see, like, just chilling out here, taking these guys out. I'm actually probably going to go to the Nether now that I think about it. I mean, you can farm them good here, but there's not any trees in the Nether. I mean, you do have other things that are shooting at you. But I think we can handle ourselves. This is going to turn out pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and head to the Nether. So I think, yeah, the Nether is definitely way better for farming these guys because they are absolutely all over the place. And we just got ourselves a self-aware card. Now, in the process of getting this self-aware card, well, we ended up, because of the armor we have, getting ourselves a bunch of pristine matter. That is one of the effects that this armor gets, is as you gain data on a particular mob, like we have been, it gives us a bonus chance of getting the pristine matter. 18% bonus chance, with that being said. And we also get all of this good old loot here. So we're going to use these parts. I'm glad we ended up getting them. These are just random drops. Eventually we'll set up a mob farm for these guys so that way we can better ourselves. Because each one of these parts do help us as we become an android. So let's head back to the base and turn ourselves into a robot. So the reason I recommend farming a lot of this stuff is because later on it's going to be very handy to have some pristine matter for this this guy. And if you just want to get a couple of pristine matter and you haven't farmed any of the android parts, this is a good method. These android parts are a good method of getting some other material. Later on, you can actually break this material down. It's very nice, and it's worth matter. So it does matter. That was a bad joke. But anyways, you can throw this pristine stuff inside a fabricator, which we have one over here. So if you throw this in a fabricator, you can actually choose any of the weapons, which is really cool. Any of the energy packs, which is awesome as well, because these guys hold energy, which is super cool for being able to power your suit and you. And then we also have each of the parts. Now, these parts, I think, vary, or they are predefined. Either way, we need one of each. We need one of the three main ones. You're going to need a head, an arm, and a leg, I do believe. So it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to make this this suit or this station. So let's talk about that. Matter Overdrive. The Android station is really cool, and the reason I want to make it before we turn ourselves into Android because it's kind of got a funny joke thing if you're not an Android and try to use it. Spoiler. We're going to need some of these cards. To be exact, we need 2, and we're going to need gold. 2 gold, and we're going to need a diamond. To make it. There we go. So the Android station is going to require that. We're also going to need a force field emitter, which is going to require just a plain one. Once you have that plain one, you should be pretty much ready to go. The force field, we already have these superconductor magnets. We already have those. We need some titanium plates. There we go. And we can go ahead and make this as well. We need another titanium plate, or tritanium plate. Sorry, tritanium is also not an easy thing to make in itself, right? It does require some getting. You have to make this stuff. And finding that material is not the easiest thing to do. I don't know why they didn't auto-fill in there, but it didn't. All right, so we need to make these. We have everything else. So I think I have the thing used to change those circuits because we had to use it to make the parabox. Unless it got lost somewhere along the way, which it probably did, now that I look at it. Let's see. Oh, no, here it is, the inscriber. Perfect. So let's take this. We're going to set this up with our power system. I'm going to just set it... Well, I can set it in here, but that's actually not where I want my Matter Overdrive stuff to be. I want to put my Matter Overdrive stuff in probably one of these corners. Or down here, actually. Right in this room. In this room will work. Okay. So right here, we'll just run some power. I'll go ahead and stick that guy. Let's get some cable. Energy cable. And a GPS. Because these things are going to use some power. And that's why I said that even though we have Flux stuff unlocked, it's still nice to be able to have the convenience of just using a GPS every now and then. There we go. Just connected to one of these. Throw that in. That thing is going to get power. Let's go ahead and get these guys made. So you can throw that in there with some gold. And yeah, it's going to start producing a better circuit. It'll be an MK2 circuit. We're going to try and get this one up to MK3. Then we can make this one. So it should be pretty easy after that. You can actually put energy things in here. Like the battery energy packs right there. Should be able to fill this with energy. That is something you can do. So here's the one to get the Android station. Man, I'm super stoked to become an Android at this point. Super nice. This is going to be super fun to do. Because it is very interesting what it does to your HUD. I'm not going to lie. It is very interesting. So there we go. And the diamond. And that should be about it. We do have a menu over here with some configurations. The home menu. We have upgrades we can throw into this bad boy to make it faster, which would be great because this thing is very slow. But yeah, the GUI on this is so cool. Matter Overdrive, man. It's a pretty wicked mod. Pretty cool. All in all. Has some very interesting mechanics. We're going to be diving into that very soon. So there's all of our stuff. Awesome. Let's go ahead and craft this. Alright, so Matter Overdrive and the Android station. So I don't want anything on it that says legendary. That is for sure. Isn't it an arm? It's an arm and a chest piece. That'd be way better if it cost an arm and a leg. So yeah, just some regular chest piece, and that'll get us an Android station. Perfect. So let's take this down to our area where we're going to have this hooked up. And look at that. It says access denied. Biological entity detected. Access denied. Because we are not a robot yet. But we're fixing to be. So right now, let me go ahead and just fill my hunger bar so my health is all the way at max. And let's go ahead and do this. We're going to accept this. We have 3 prestige points. This requires 3. We're going to go ahead and complete that. And we're given a few items. A red pill, a blue pill, and a yellow pill. The red pill says, take the red pill and lose what's holding you back. The blue pill, take the blue pill, and you will wake up in your bed none the wiser. And then yellow pill, used to reset all unlocked Android abilities. So what this red pill does is turn you into an android, right? It'll turn you into it. This will turn you back into a human. This will reset all of your upgrades that you set on yourself, because there are some upgrades that you may not want, so you may want to reset your upgrades. And that's what the yellow pill is for. So we'll go over that a bit more in depth later. The only pill we need right now is this pill. Right? And I can throw all this other stuff that we don't need. We don't need food anymore because that's going to change. I'm going to keep my weapons on me and my tools, even though something bad is about to happen. But that's a spoiler. Let's go ahead and eat the pill. This is so cool, by the way. So we get hit with blindness, weakness, hunger, and slowness too. Pretty nasty effects, right? And you can see we have all this stuff popping up. Natural configurations in progress, installing drivers, and yeah, it's going to glitch every now and then. The effects when you're an android are really cool. So you do get these like when you get hit, this is pretty much the effect you do take. So it's going to get all this done, hit 100%, and ChosenArchitect ended his biological existence. Yes, we did. But look at this sexy HUD, guys. This is what it's all about, right? The only thing we have now is a hunger bar. Well, I mean, we're going to have an armor bar, but that's once we have armor on, right? We have an armor bar and a hunger bar, right? I want to get rid of that hunger bar. And eventually we're not going to need a gluttony charm, but I want to get rid of that hunger bar. That is the main goal, at least as of right now, of all this. To do that, that's where this comes in handy. You can see now that we're in Android, we can see this Android station. And we can open it up, and we can look into it. So we have a menu on the other side here that has configurations. We have HUD options. We can actually open our HUD options and change the way our HUD looks over here and kind of do some things like that if you really want to. You can see abilities. We can change the position, the stat position. We can hide vanilla elements if we want. We can leave vanilla elements if we want to. Just flip that switch. We can turn off HUD movement if you don't like that HUD movement kind of thing going on. The only thing that might affect some people is the cursor, right? The new cursor that you have, it's not like an aiming cursor. It's a circle. That might bother a few people. I do know some people that they like to have either a specific dot or that cross in there. Really helps people not get motion sickness. So you can turn the HUD off if you don't want it, but that, I mean, I'm just telling you that's the option that is available there. It would be nice if there was an option to change that thing, but right here, if we turn HUD elements to false, right, it now shows, it'll show our health bar and stuff whenever after we remove that. So set that. I want to leave hide HUD elements to true right here and done. We're going to save that. Everything's going to work fine. All right, so let's talk about removing the need for hunger, the need to eat, right? Because that's the big talking point of this. And that's the 0 calories. Removes nutritional requirements. What it does is it's going to cost us power to live now instead of food. And you can see we have 48 experience. This is going to cost 18 experience to consume this. When we click that, we no longer have a food bar. And that means Ore Excavator now works and we don't take health damage because of Ore Excavator. That is a really useful thing if you are using Ore Excavator. So being able to turn yourself an Android, make this thing, and get that can do some really cool things. Now let's talk about upgrades. And that is where a mob farm is really going to shine and is going to be a reason why you might want a simple mob farm, right? So let's go ahead and open this up. And we're going to talk about these items that we got as we were farming these mobs. Some of these are really nice. This one right here, the spine gives you 50% glitch time. We want to see negative glitch time, I do believe. So having a glitch time is not okay, but it does give us some more. Later on, we'll get some better versions of these, such as this legendary torso. So this legendary torso does a negative 40, so pretty much reduces that back down to 0. Negative 40 on there. And then we have a maximum health of 2, so we get a health bonus. We get a speed bonus of 10%, which is really great. A knockback resistance of a little bit. And a negative 3% battery usage, so kind of an efficiency on our torso there. And then we have 2 different types of legs. We have a ranged Android leg and a melee Android leg. I'm not too certain. I guess if you have a full melee kit or full melee armor, it may be a little bit better. This one doesn't particularly say what it is. I'm going to go with the melee for right now, just because if it helps me with attack damage, that is probably going to be what I want. And then for the arm piece, it looks like the only thing we have is ranged for that, unfortunately. Let's see. Do we have... Yeah, we have everything but ranged. And our arm, we don't have anything legendary. It looks like our leg, we have something legendary. Just notice that. We have this. So yeah, we have 2 legendary parts right off the bat, which is super awesome because some of these things, right? You want to have as best upgraded as you can. So you want to make sure you have some nice legendary gear to wear. To equip it, all you got to do is throw it in here. That's going to give you that legendary gear and the effects of it. There we go. So I have all my gear on. The only thing I'm missing now is a battery. So I can have a really nice battery on me that will help sustain me a lot longer. So Matter Overdrive has some pretty simple and easy to get batteries. At least I would consider them easy to get batteries. So these are used for rapidly reload of energy weapons, but what we're looking for is the battery. There they are. This battery right here. So you have, this is the simple battery. This is your basic one. Then there's the upgraded version, which is the high capacity. Just going to require some titanium plates. And boom, we have now a high capacity battery. And this battery can be charged wirelessly. If you want to charge it wirelessly, you can do so, or you can use a battery. You can use a energy cell or whatever you call it from, let's see, not Matter Overdrive. Wow, now I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember the name. A mechanism. So you can charge it up with mechanism, do whatever you got to do. Having it in your inventory seems to power things. I don't know. We were at, just a second ago, we were at 99%. So being around this wireless charger, I think keeps us charged. It's hard to know. But this thing, we can actually put on us. So there's still some things that I need to learn, but this can go into this slot, and now we have a little bit more power. Now, there are several upgrades you can do here. You can give yourself night vision, which you can toggle on and off, which is very handy. This one, the ones that are red is just because you don't have enough experience for it, or you don't have the required item for it. So like here, you would need flash cooling as a parent, which means you need to have that unlocked wherever flash cooling's at, right here, which goes through here, and you need this one and this one. But you see, nanobots is going to cost you 26. It heals wounds, uses energy, increases health by 5. So that would actually probably be a good one to do as well. And then we have the wireless charging over here, the wireless charging. Format error. Charges items in hotbar, except held items. So if there's an item in your hotbar, it'll use your battery, internal battery to do it. Removes the need for oxygen if you had any need for that. Say you were in a space pack or whatever. Nano armor and the shield and all that good stuff is really cool. The cloak would be really cool. A mini map is actually pretty neat. I don't know if we can turn that off. That's why I'm really hesitant to get it. But we can kind of, I just want to try it just to see if it's actually worth it. It may or may not be. We're going to find out. If it gives us our coordinates, that would probably be worth it all in itself, right? Just to have our coordinates. So yeah, we need a compass for this. Minimap, it's going to require that. It should consume it. There you go. And, ooh, our minimap is in a weird spot, but you can see it down there. That's very interesting. It's showing our coordinates. It's showing us where these pigs are at. Very interesting how that shows up. Now, can we change that? Because, man, that might be worthy of a wipe all in itself if I cannot change the HUD options. So, minimap position. We can change this to the top right. It didn't save. So, HUD options, minimap position, top right. Done. 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 There we go. So yeah, now we have a mini map. That's a little bit better. It's still not exactly where I'd want it, but it's better than nothing. But you notice when we turn and stuff, how the HUD kind of moves along with us. The cursor doesn't, but the side does. I kind of like that little wiggle that it gives you. So yeah, we now have 150% health. Whenever we run, it tells us our run speed, which our default run speed is 130, but we're pushing 156% on our max run speed, which is a lot faster. And our default walking speed is almost the default running speed, which that would be 130%. So all in all, I think this Android armor is well worth it. I think it's worth it, honestly, just for the sheer no health bar, right? It's perfect for that. So yeah, really, really cool being able to turn into an android. Now, what's the best thing to complement an android? Well, it would be a nice gun, wouldn't it? A nice plasma blaster, some kind of cannon, or anything like that, like a sniper rifle or a shotgun. We have a phaser. Like, what would be better? An Omni tool is also really cool. This breaks blocks and is a weapon. But I think a plasma shotgun or a phaser rifle would honestly be a good choice. I'm going to go with a phaser rifle. I might make the Omni tool as well. We'll do that just to show what it does. And then I'm going to do I might as well make all the weapons. Might as well, since I'm here. Let's turn that off. We need a sniper and a shotgun. Shotgun, there we go. All of that is really cool. And then, last but not least, let's just get the packs for this. And I also want to see, does this give us a random chance of an effect? I don't think it does. Yeah, no. Gives us the same thing. So yeah, kind of it's kind of a waste to do that, but I'm gonna use these energy packs. That's gonna be a good way to reload these weapons. Also, they will charge up with our charger, which is also another useful thing. You can see right here, they're being all charged up, not by me, not by my armor, but they are being charged up by our wireless charging system. And remember, we've already unlocked a wireless charging system, right? Technically, we have a way better wireless charger than this, because we should have a controller. Right? The Flux controller is wireless charging, and I think it goes cross-dimensionally. If I remember correctly, it's very, very powerful. So now that we have that, there are some upgrades that we can make to these weapons. But we're going to need a weapon station. And it's probably going to be just as expensive as everything else we made. So yeah, we're going to need one of these with gold and diamond. It's not as expensive as the other one. Because the force field just requires this, which is actually not too bad. Keep in mind, we do need, however, need these. And we also need an upgraded battery. And that's about it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this converted, and I'll be back, and we should be able to make that station. So we should be able to make the weapon station at this point. All right, we're missing one piece of titanium. And force field. There we go, weapon station. Bam. So weapons can get upgrades. We have like color modules, which can, I guess, change the color of our weapon, I'm guessing. We're going to find out a lot more here soon. There's a weapon receiver, weapon handle. These are used to make these guns, but of course we don't need to make them. We need to upgrade them. So let's plop this down to our Matter Overdrive area. And I guess what we do is we put our tool in here, and you can see where we can now upgrade our equipment, right? Each one of these has some upgrades that you can do to them. And we have right here, like, ammo is 50%, damage 150%. There's like different things that we can put into them. Incendiary filter, burst, inductive drum, a regenerative converter. Is that going to regenerate power? I don't know. This one is explosive focus matrix. This one you can put a sniper scope. It's pretty interesting. The what is this thing? That looks scary. VE Venom. So the voxel excoriating, nullification, obliteration matrix. Okay. That's a word. Yeah, but I think those color slots can go in there, correct? Think so? I don't know. Actually, I have no clue. We have our configuration, stuff like that. It's no big deal. The shotgun, or phaser rifle, the shotgun. I don't know what these do, unless these are referring to the colors. I mean, all we can do is make it, right? That's all we can do is just make it, see what we get, make a few of those upgrades, and see what we can't do, correct? So, I mean, I like blue just like anyone else does. So let's go ahead and make some of these. I like me some blue just as much as the next guy. I like orange as well. It's like, go figure, right? So we'll try that. Let's try some gold. That requires yellow dye, doesn't it? I'll just try blue for right now. Let's also try some of these. This has 50%. It's red on the ammo damage. Dilithium focus matrix. I'm wondering if that negative, what that negative does specifically. This one boosts the fire rate. I'm guessing that's the ammo cost is 50% more. So this is damage and health. Maybe this one gives us health whenever we kill an enemy? I have no idea. Shotgun rebound module? Okay. So let's just go ahead. I'll make this one, this focus. I mean, just see what some of these things do. Right? You don't know until you try. I've not messed around with this, so it's a learning experience for me. So let's take our plasma shotgun. So these don't go... Okay, so these can go into the color. Oh, wow. That is exactly what that does. That is a color changer. Okay. And then we have this, which is a barrel? Right? It says right here, it goes in the barrel slot. All right. And then we have the battery, which I guess would be a larger battery. I don't know what this would be called. This right here, a sight. I don't know why you would want a sight slot. Is there anything other than a sniper scope you can put on this? Why would you want to put a sniper scope on that? No idea. And these are security protocols. But I don't know what these slots are. And these are power upgrades. I wouldn't think that that goes anywhere, does it? No. Okay. So that is an upgraded... Oh, wow. Oh, it shoots blue. Oh, the particle effects are blue now. Oh, now that's worth it in itself. Changing the color of this thing. That is super cool. So yeah, I guess we can do some upgrades. I think the cool thing that we really should do, though, is make the battery. If this does accept the bigger batteries, these things run out of power really quick. Especially the shotgun, if you're not powering it with yourself. So it's very, very easy to run out of power. So maybe putting a bigger battery in this would definitely help. So Let's see. Let's put this battery in here. There we go. The shotgun's the one I really like. Of course, high damage, close range, always end up in some kind of mob's face. Should I put that in there? Wow, now it holds the same amount as that battery did. So yeah, this bad boy should hold a lot more power now. That is way better. Now, on the colors, I'm wondering, like, if you apply multiple colors, does it matter? Will it take multiple colors? Because that's kind of interesting, right? Having these different kind of color things. Pink is kind of interesting. I think we have pink dye. Nope. Because you can actually make pink slime, by the way. If you didn't know that already. So what if we add pink to our shotgun? Is that going to make it a fully pink shotgun? I guess it does, because it actually holds the slot. Wow, okay. That's by default. That is with the pink one on there. And yeah, pink particle effects. Very cool. I wonder what the cooldown is. I guess we see that up there in the top left. Some things are being covered up. That's because if for some reason the game really, really wants us to be in large scale mode. It really wants us to be in large scale mode. But that's just it. So we have 2 and 64. So yeah, this does have like a temperature cooldown thing. And you notice earlier we were able to like right click to focus fire this thing. And now it doesn't let us do that. I'm wondering how these, it says use for rapid charging to reload energy weapons. I don't know. I don't exactly know how that works, but we are roboted up, guys. Wow. Anyways, wow, I am invisible. Can you believe that? I am absolutely... Wow, what is going on? I am completely invisible, guys. Anyways. If you guys enjoyed this episode... Oh, I can't even. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave a like and also click that subscribe button if you guys enjoyed today's episode. Guys, I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next episode where we're going to be doing some more adventuring. And as always, thanks for watching.